In the last year, a lot has changed for Chatgpt and the privacy settings that screenwriters need to take to ensure that their material is safeguarded and that they're not feeding into the machine. And so in this video, I'm going to update those privacy settings and show you exactly what you need to do to secure your work. Open up Chatgpt on the web, not on the desktop app or on your phone, and go over to your settings. Let's look at all the settings one at a time. In general, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. Notifications, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff. Personalization. Here's where we start to find the settings that we need to set. Scroll down to memory. This is hidden here in the personalization instead of in the security settings or data control settings. So you want to go there, you want to manage it. If you have anything in here, you want to delete it. Mine is disabled, so I don't have any memories in here. And then you want to also make sure that you have reference save memories off, record mode, reference save memories off, all that. And then down here in the advanced tab, I have web search and connector search turned on for when I do deep research into something. But when I'm writing or I'm doing analysis of my own work, I turn these off so that I'm working in a closed universe and nothing can escape it. Next, down to apps here, never explore these apps. You don't want to connect Chatgpt to anything else because that's more avenues for your data to get used. In advanced setting, you'll see all of this is turned off. Elevated risk for developer mode, yeah, absolutely. So turn that off, make sure all this stuff is turned off. I don't have any schedules. I don't have any orders. Let's go to data control. This one here is the big one. Improve the model for everyone. Turn it off. And turn it off for voice too. Turn all this off. This is what sends your stuff out into the world. I also keep my location off. I don't want them knowing anything about me or as little about me as they can to whatever's within my control. Remote browser data off. Shared links, I don't have any. If you do, unshare them, don't have any. Archive chats, I don't have any, so don't keep any. And then you can archive all your chats over to the side if you have any. I don't have any chats because I don't keep any chats. Delete all chats. Okay, let's step back here. I am going to start a chat. Test chat with Chatgpt for privacy. See, when I create it, it puts the chat over here in the memory. You can get rid of that by clicking on the triple dots and deleting it here, or you can archive it or do whatever you want. But since we're in settings, let's just see what that looks like. I'm going to delete all my chats, confirm it, and look, it's gonna go away. Boop, now it's gone. If I go up here to turn on temporary chat and I click it, it changes the appearance. It says temporary chat. They're not hiding anything here. So now if I say test chat with Chatgpt for privacy settings, it's going to start a chat, but it does not show up here on the side. That means it's not saving it into the memory. It's not saving anything. So let's go into a new chat, test chat for Chatgpt. And we're going to keep this one over here so I can show you something about files in a minute. Let's go back into settings. And where were we? We left off at data controls. So that's all of that. You can export anything that you have in Chatgpt before you delete stuff, but since I don't keep anything in here, I don't have anything to export. That's everything in data control. Now let's go into security. Set up your security with a password. Set it up with multi-factor authentication. Mine goes through my cell phone, and then I have to click into it every time I start up Chatgpt, and I only have one trusted device, which is my laptop. Parental controls, I could add a family member if I want here, but I just use it for me, so this doesn't do anything for me. And then your account is obviously all of your personal information that you need in order to have a Chatgpt account, and I have a Chatgpt Plus account. Now I want to show you something that a lot of people don't know about Chatgpt, and it's the images and the library. I don't have any images here. I don't have anything in my library. I don't have any deep research here. I don't have any apps connected. And I don't have any special GPTs. I have GPTs that I've created. I've shared a couple in this channel, but these are created by me and set up with security features by me, so I'm not worried about it when I use them. But for you, if you're taking somebody else's GPTs, mine included, you don't know me, you don't know if you could trust me, assume the worst. Just assume the worst at all times. That's what I'd say. And there's really no reason to use a custom GPT unless you've created it yourself. So let's go back into here. I'm going to upload this test document. What does this PDF say? That is correct. That is the only thing that it says in the PDF is test document for Chatgpt library. Now when I go into library, boom, there is my test document. It's right here. Images, I don't have any. Files, I have that. So let's go back in here and add a picture. This is a thumbnail for my YouTube channel about how bad the screenplay to Joker is. So now it's part of the chat, and look, it's going to tell me probably what a bad thumbnail it is, and tell me how to fix it. If I go back into my library now, look at my images. I got an image here. I got my test document here, right? And it splits it up like that. So let's go into images. You can pull an image in if it's not copywritten or doesn't have any stuff in there that ChatGPT will flag, then it can revise it or edit it for you. It can also create an image from scratch. So let's see, create a thumbnail for a YouTube video about 2026 privacy settings for screenwriters. First thing you should see is that it created an entirely new chat. It didn't do it inside the image submenu. It's now an entirely new chat. So now we have 2 active chats here. This can get away from you very quickly. And you can all of a sudden have like 30 chats here on the side. And if you're not careful with your memory, they're going to all talk to each other. And all that stuff becomes, potential material that can go out into the world that you need to protect. So there you go. This is what it gave me. I don't think I'll be using this, but hey, maybe I will as a joke. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this image. Let's go back into the library. And now you're going to see all the stuff that I put in. I'm going to have my images here and my files here, but that doesn't include the image that I created. That is in here. See, my images. All of this stuff gets saved, and you got to know how to get rid of it cleanly, because watch what happens here. I'm going to go back in here, and I'm actually going to go into my settings, and I'm going to delete all my chats. Nothing's here now. But if I go into my library, guess what? They're still here, and they're still functional, and they're still in my images. See? Just because I got rid of the chat doesn't mean I got rid of this data. So here I'm going to put it in list mode, and these are kind of hidden for you to be able to select them, but you can if you hover over them. I select all of them, and I'm deleting them all. Why is this important? Because if you're uploading pages of your script rather than cutting and pasting text into the chat itself, those documents are being saved in the library, and you might not even know it. So the key takeaway from this walkthrough is that privacy settings in ChatGPT are no longer as simple as just toggling on and off options. You have to understand how features interact. You got to test this behavior yourself, and you got to use the tool in a controlled and smart way. Remember, it's not as much about the features as it is what you're inputting, what you're putting in. So you never want to put anything into the system that you are worried might get out. And until next page, I'm Matt Weiner with Fade In, a channel dedicated to the art of screenwriting.